Now, look at that market. The big board shows a gain of 250 points, and there are a sea of green amongst the Dow 30. In fact, 28 of the 30 are up. They're in the green. Only 2 are down, and that would include General Electric. Scott Martin is with us, Kingsview Asset Management CIO and Fox News contributor to boot. Profit reports, they start at the end of this week. They go on the following week and the week after that. I'm told they're going to be really pretty good, 15, 17, maybe 20% higher than last year. I would have thought that would, well, I don't know what you make of it. I would have thought that would supported another leg up for the rally.
Yeah, me too, Stuart. I think actually the earnings reports coming up will save us, if you will, from maybe some of this downside volatility. The only concern I have, though, and I hate to kind of spike the party punch, is these financial earnings that actually kick it off, as you noted on Friday with Bank of America, JP Morgan, you know, some of the banks that we all bank at, because the expectations are so good and so high for them with respect to what's happening on the interest rate curve that I'm a little concerned that if they fall flat, that's going to put pressure on the market again.
Other than that, though, you think we're in for a very solid profit reporting season?
I do. You know, when you look at the leaders that we've had so far, Stuart, on the industrial side, the tech side, I mean, we've got Zuckerberg going in front of Congress. And I'll tell you, I mean, when you think about the tech stocks and the earnings that they're going to release, which should be very, very good, I think that's going to be something we can count on. I'm not sure out in the marketplace what's hated more, Masters champion Patrick Reed or actually the tech stocks.
That's a very interesting question, isn't it? We'll get to that a little bit later. It's going to be a big week for Facebook and for Mark Zuckerberg. He's testifying on Capitol Hill, as you know. It sounds to me as if regulations are coming, and that means a crimp on the profitability of Facebook and maybe Amazon and maybe Google as well. What say you?
It does, but this is kind of like something that was probably, you know, should have been in the cards a couple years ago. And I think the companies, I think Zuckerberg, Tim Cook certainly knows it, and some of the guys at Google and certainly Twitter probably know it as well. As fact is, look, you know, you look overseas, they've got other regulations, they have other privacy, these things in place with respect to what they can do with our data. And here they didn't have the regulations. So here's what I think. I think that's actually going to make those companies better, stronger, and a lot of investors and, say, people that use the platform are going to be more confident in those companies. And so to me, while there's going to be a hiccup short term, I think the long-term viability after those new regulations are in place is actually a good thing.
Would you sell, if you own now, I don't know whether you do or not, but if you do, for ordinary investors, would you sell Facebook, Amazon, Google now?
No, we own them, Stuart, and I would actually take the recent weakness, maybe even before the Zuck talks here this week, to buy in, because if you've got some cash on the sidelines and you missed the run-up over the last couple of years in these stocks, you've got a nice opportunity to get in lower off the highs that we saw in January.
The Zuck stocks. Very good. I like that one. I'm going to steal that one right off you, son.
You got it.
Martin, thank you very much for joining us. See you later.